Alright, I've made this video about 3 times. Been a little aggressive on the other videos, so I'm not even going to post those videos, so I'll just remake it again here. So in this last KBG video, you know, I got a lot of comments on that, and a lot of people telling me basically I don't know what I'm doing and I'm doing it wrong and yada yada yada. So first off, let me tell you this: I appreciate every one of you guys watching me, and I hope you don't take this video the wrong way. I just want to explain what's going on here, because without you being here physically, you can't tell by a video. I mean, I posted many videos and everybody thinks my yard's flat and, you know, this and that. They see drone shots, it's flat, and trust me, my yard ain't even close to being flat. You can go watch Pete's video where he come here last summer. It's not flat, and he was amazed. So anyway, so I want to explain this. Like I mentioned, this is not flat ground. This is a slope, and it's not even showing the actual slope on camera. I mean, it goes down the hill. I've had several subscribers. Todd, the one with the Ventrac, he's been here. Jason Travis has been here. You know, they'll all tell you that this is not flat. It's a slope. It slopes from the driveway down, and what happens is the water runs off the driveway down the hill. So I've had a lot of people saying I'm not patient enough. You know, I can't be too patient on this. I waited 21 days before I reseeded it. They was huge bare spots, no grass, no seed. It wasn't going to come up. You know, and with this being a slope and loose dirt, if it was to rain hard, it's going to end up down here in my bed. So I have to get something established on this with a root system to hold the dirt. So that's why I could not be patient. Obviously, again, there was no grass seed and no grass in those spots. I mean, I've been doing this long enough to know if there's nothing coming up in that period, KBG, whatever, it ain't coming up. And it didn't. So, but just understand, I had to get this established. There's a lot more grass on it now than in that video. There's still some bare spots. It's probably going to have to be touched up again. A lot of nutsedge also. But as far as the watering goes, people trying to tell me how I need to water. I'm watering it wrong. You can't tell me how I need to water this, because you don't know the irrigation I have. You probably didn't know this was a slope. So, and I had blankets on it. So, this used to be 2 zones. This was a zone, and there was a zone down there. And when this was all grass back through here, there was heads here and heads there. So I capped 4 heads. Even capping 4 heads, there's still 7 heads on this. This is 1,500 square feet with 7 heads. I couldn't cap any more heads, because then, you know, it wouldn't be head-to-head coverage. So when I done this, I had the blankets on it. I started off running at 3 minutes a zone, or 3 minutes, because it's all one zone, and it was probably too much. It was hard to tell with the blankets on, but you know, I started looking under the blankets and I seen it puddling and stuff. So I cut it back to 2 minutes, 3 to 4 times a day. Just depends on the temps. 2 minutes on hot days wasn't enough. It was drying out for before the next watering. So I pulled the blankets off of it and seen that it was bare and reseeded it, and now I've been running it 1 minute every hour from 10 o'clock till 3 o'clock. And you can see there's way more grass than what they were. So 1 minute is enough. I have had to do a little bit of hand watering basically on the edges, and some of the edges are still crappy. There's some grass coming up in it. Not sure if that's, that'll probably fill in eventually. We'll just have to see, but there's a good amount of grass on it now, and the next step for this is to mow it when it's ready to mow. Some of it could be mowed now, but most of it, no, it can't be mowed yet. So I'm just going to stay off of it and let it grow a little more, and then I'll mow it. Obviously, when you mow grass, it's going to encourage it to grow, and it's going to start spreading. So that's the next step. And then I've got other comments saying, this don't belong in North Carolina. Well, I know that. I mean, this is going to be a hard deal to grow, but, I bought a $6,500 reel mower. Don't know why, but I did. Bought it 2 years ago. I've never even used it. So, the plan was to do this 2 years ago, and I never done it. And so now I done it. I just want to try it and see. Don't know what's gonna happen. If it don't work, kill it off and put fescue back. Pete's got Kentucky bluegrass at his house. He's been fairly successful with it. I would say very successful. Except for this past year, he's short on time. But that's a lot bigger area than what I got. This is only 1,500 square feet, so we're gonna give it a try and see. Some of you talking about the varieties ain't no good. I mean, I don't know what you're looking at. This is After Midnight, Acoustic, and Midnight. And if you look on North Carolina, those 3 varieties are top 10. Or right at it, and some of that stuff you can't even get. But I tried to pick the best stuff for this area, so we'll just have to see what happens. But I just wanted to address those comments. I've been doing this a long time. I've done it for a living, and I'm doing it as a DIY. So I don't know everything. Nobody knows everything in this, but I do know how to water grass seed. The goal is to keep it moist and not let it dry out and not be soaked. But as I said, this is a little bit different circumstance. It's a slope, and too much water, it starts puddling, and then the seed, the little itty bitty seed, everybody that's messed with Kentucky bluegrass, they know how little this seed is. Just a little puddle, and it'll start floating off. Obviously, if it dries out, it ain't gonna come up. So, but there's you an update on this again. I just wanted to address the comments. I'm not trying to be disrespectful or anything. As I mentioned, I appreciate all you guys, but you guys simply can't tell me what I'm doing wrong without actually seeing what I'm dealing with. I'll tell you another thing. This used to be a gravel driveway till about right in here. So, I mean, You know, it's loaded with gravel. I tried to get all the rocks I could out when I power raked it, but I'm sure there's still rocks. Everybody knows that's been watching, there used to be a concrete pad there. I had fescue growing over it. It looked great. So, you know, this land, my house, this is a farm. This was built in 1954. There was no intentions of ever having well manicured turf here. This isn't like a newer residential development where you have soil brought in, you've got good grading. You know, this is a farm. This area right here, this is an actual cow pasture. There used to be no road over here. This is my uncle's driveway down to the farm, and I put the trees up. There used to be a chain link fence from the driveway all the way down, and it connected to that chain link fence. So this was an actual cow pasture. But you know, I do the best I can for what I've got to work with. Trust me, I would love to have a smaller yard and nice grading, better dirt. But I'm going to quit rambling here. Just know that I appreciate all you watching. And just understand, you know, it's hard to tell somebody they're doing something wrong without actually being there, because I could not tell you folks what you're doing wrong as far as watering, you know, whatnot, without me actually seeing what's going on. So that'll do it. I appreciate you watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.